Imagine, if you will, a time before time. There was no sun, no moon, no stars, only a vast deep darkness. It was an emptiness, a formless void. The universe was without shape, without order, a silent, waiting canvas. The spirit of Elohim hovered gently, moving over the face of the great dark waters, a presence, full of potential, a quiet anticipation before the first act. Think of this immense, profound stillness. No sound echoed in this boundless space. No wind stirred the silent deep waters. It was a world unmade, a story unwritten. The very essence of nothingness held sway. Yet, within this nothingness, a plan existed, a divine thought ready to unfold. The power of creation was poised, ready to transform emptiness into existence. A masterpiece waiting for its first stroke. This was the very beginning, a state almost beyond our comprehension. The raw materials of the cosmos lay dormant, untouched, unspoken for, unseen. Elohim alone perceived this state, the potential for light, for life, for beauty, all held within the divine mind. The stage was set, though no stage existed, a universe about to be born from thought, from the powerful will of the Creator. Consider the sheer scale of this prelude. No mountains, no oceans, no sky, just an infinite dark expanse, the spirit moving with purpose, a silent promise of the wonders to come. This was the ultimate beginning of all things, a deep, mysterious, and sacred moment, the quiet before the symphony of creation, a moment of pure, unmanifested being, waiting for the first divine command. Then, into this profound silence, a voice spoke, the voice of Elohim, powerful and clear. "Let there be light," it declared. And in an instant, light appeared, a brilliant, pure, and wonderful light. It banished the ancient darkness, flooding the formless void with its glory. This was the very first dawn, a moment of incredible transformation. The universe took its first breath of light. This new light was a marvel to behold. It was not yet the sun we know, but a primordial radiance, pure and new. Elohim saw this light, and Elohim declared that it was good, a fundamental goodness inherent in its being. The first judgment of creation was positive. This light was the beginning of order, a stark contrast to the previous formlessness, a universe beginning to take shape. Elohim then performed another act of order. The light was separated from the darkness, a divine distinction was made. Elohim called the light day, and the darkness Elohim called night. This was the establishment of a rhythm. The first cycle of existence began. Evening came, and then morning. This marked the end of the first day, a day of monumental, foundational change. Imagine the impact of this first command, from utter blackness to radiant illumination. The power in those simple words, "Let there be light." It was an act of pure will, pure creation. The universe was no longer just a void. It now had a fundamental duality, light and darkness, day and night. The stage was now lit, ready for the next act of this grand play. On the second day, Elohim spoke again. The divine voice resonated through the new light. "Let there be an expanse," Elohim commanded. "Let it separate the waters from the waters." And so it was. A vast expanse began to form. Stretching out above, a great dome. This expanse was called sky or heaven. A new division brought further order. The cosmos continued to unfold. This firmament, this sky, was truly vast. It pushed upwards, creating a space. It divided the waters that were below it from the waters that were now above it. Imagine this mighty separation, a clear boundary established in the midst of the waters. The blue sky we see today has its origin here, a protective layer, a celestial ceiling. Elohim made this expanse with care, and saw that this act, too, was good. The waters below were still immense, covering everything that was not sky, but now, there was a structure above them. The sky defined a new realm. It created the concept of above and below. This was crucial for what was to come, preparing the way for atmosphere, for weather, for the very air that future life would breathe. The careful ordering continued step by step, each act building upon the last. Evening passed and morning came, marking the completion of the second day. The universe was steadily becoming more complex, more structured, more defined. The initial chaos was receding further, replaced by divine order and design. The sky stood as a testament to the power of Elohim's word, a beautiful arching canopy, a new wonder in the unfolding creation. The third day dawned, bright and new. Elohim surveyed the waters below the sky. They still covered everything. So Elohim spoke once more. "Let the waters under the sky be gathered." Gathered to one place was the command. "And let dry ground appear." And immediately, it happened. The waters obeyed the divine voice. A dramatic shifting and shaping began. The waters receded, swirling and pooling. They gathered into vast basins. Elohim called these gathered waters seas. And as the waters drew back, land emerged. Dry ground, solid and firm, appeared. Elohim called this dry ground land or earth. Imagine the sight: continents and islands rising, mountains and valleys taking their form. Elohim looked upon this new arrangement and saw that it was good, beautifully ordered. But the work of the third day was not yet done. The newly formed land was bare. So Elohim issued another command. Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land, trees that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds. And the earth responded with abundance. Life, in its green glory, began to sprout. A vibrant tapestry unfurled. Suddenly the land was alive. Grasses carpeted the plains, flowers of every hue burst forth. Great trees reached towards the sky, each plant bearing its own seed, ensuring its continuation, its kind. The air filled with new, fresh scents. The earth was transformed into a garden. Elohim observed this explosion of life, and declared it too was profoundly good. The divine symphony was reaching a crescendo, a world of wonder, perfectly orchestrated.